Arky, what are you looking at in your quick hitter today?
Suns taking on the Spurs. Suns on the road, 4.5-point favorite. I'll be pretty brief with this one because it doesn't take much time. I think the Suns are clearly a class above what the Spurs are right now. Obviously, they're 33-9 on the season, and they just won a game last night in which I won a bet where they were minus 11 against the Pistons. Cade Cunningham ended up getting ejected to that game. Now, okay, I'm just telling you now, I'm taking the Suns, but do not bet this yet.
Spoiler alert.
See coming up the most recent NBA injury report, which I can't see right now because we're doing this show. The Suns have not released theirs yet. So I'm a little concerned about DeAndre Ayton. He banged up his ankle last night, ended up only playing 8 minutes in that game. And this is a second of a back-to-back, although the Pistons game wasn't much of a test the entirety of that game. They rolled in that game. But if DeAndre Ayton is definitely out and maybe you see a Chris Paul or something sit or a Devin Booker sit because it's the second of a back-to-back, I might back off of that. But right now, while the number's at 4.5, I'm taking the Suns right now. So give me the Suns. They're an elite offensive team. Defensively, they're pretty darn good. And the Spurs are just sort of a middling team. They're good some nights they're not. I don't trust them defensively. They're in the bottom third of the league when it comes to most of their offensive and defensive categories for the most part. So right now I trust the team that's hot versus the team that's not. That's right. We should make that a segment. The hot team right now is the Phoenix Suns. So give me Phoenix minus 4.5.
Love it. I'm headed to the NHL, where the Kings, who are 20-13-5, will visit the Sharks, who are 20-17-2. LA right now is the slight point favorite, with the total sitting at 5.5. Don't look now, Arky, but the LA Kings are on fire, looking to pick up their 5th straight win. Love this. But also one minor snag, and that is that Kings leading scorer in Adrian Kempe just entered COVID protocols yesterday. Womp womp. And with that, Samuel Fagemo took his spot with the team when they practiced yesterday. But going back to the Kings' hot streak, they currently sit at second in the Pacific Division right behind Vegas, as the Sharks are currently in 4th. The Sharks, meanwhile, have dropped their last 2 games, going 3-2 in their last 5, 3 of which were decided in overtime. Surprisingly, this will mark the first matchup of the season for these in-state rivals. And with that said, the Kings are 2-5 with the Sharks in their last 7 meetings, and the underdog is 4-1 in their last 5. However, the Sharks have gone 0-5 in their last 5 games when going in as the underdog. So I like that. As far as the total goes, the under is 9-2-3 in their last 14 meetings. In the Kings' last 5 games, they've surpassed this total of 5.5 in 2 games, while the Sharks have failed to reach it in any of their last 5. When looking at the stats, the Kings have the edge over the Sharks in offense, defense, the power play, face-offs, discipline, and goaltending. The only area that favors the Sharks in this game is the penalty kill. So with that said, I've seen enough to know that I will be taking the Kings money line tonight at minus 114. And while I would normally feel good about taking the over of 5.5, considering in their last 2 meetings they put up a combined 6 and 7 goals respectively, but because of the way the Sharks have been playing lately, I'm going to stay away from the total. So just give me the Kings money line tonight at San Jose.